We had 8 different platforms when I came into this role. The same word, single source out of thing of the platform. I think from a final mile perspective is that you're trying to give more convenience to that final customer. Let them be self-serving as much as possible. We have given them tools now to track drivers in real time. 8 hours in advance, they're getting a 1 hour delivery window, which I don't know if anybody else is doing that out there right now. Allowing them to create paperwork for themselves, allowing them to schedule pickups for themselves. So it's becoming much more self-serving, a lot less phone calls, which frees up people's time to do other things.
Well, I think first of all, as a 3PL, we're trying to solve many different challenges in many different verticals. So whether it's retail, healthcare, manufacturing, automotive, whatever it may be, our customers are coming to us looking for solutions that are specific to their business, but they want the advantage of working with the 3PL to find ways to try to take costs out of the business that they may not be able to get themselves. So whether it's commingling with other shippers, whether it's improving route optimization, anything that they may not be able to achieve themselves, especially in the environment we're in right now. 5 years ago was all about just get it there. Cost wasn't a big concern, but now we're back to the world where everybody is super sensitive on cost.
So it's all about visibility. It's all about visibility. You're empowering dealerships to make decisions. So if we're on time every day, it's not a big deal. But now we're coming into the winter, right? So we're going to have late deliveries. They prioritize which customers are going to service or what deliveries are going to make it independent repair facilities. They hold the driver the other way. You're giving them information now to make those decisions instead of guessing.
Okay, you have to deal with all of those demands from those thousands of shippers that you have to deal with. How do you deal with that from a 3PL? Yeah, and what I would add in regards to visibility, it's about being able to react quicker. So when you're making a delivery to a store, as an example, those resources are expensive and they're valuable. So you want accuracy in delivery. And when something changes or something doesn't go as planned, you want to be able to adjust those resources quickly because time is money, as we all know, and those resources are valuable. Customers. So you want the ability to be able to take your data and model different scenarios, right? So what happens if I add this new supplier? What happens if I have a new customer? How does that affect my costs, my routes, everything? What is the impact of all of that? Especially if you're using servicing the whole country through multiple carriers, you want to be able to, get down to all those different scenarios of what the cost and transit impact is. Yeah.
I think it is the time of recording, like being able to see something in real time, looking at dashboards now instead of report. I keep telling my team, I don't really want to look at reports. That's looking backwards. I want to see what's happening right now. I can literally look at trucks moving and I see if they're on time, they're behind. I know what dealers could be impacted. I can proactively communicate now from the decisions to my dealers to say, hey, run it behind. Everything's going to be all right. You can track your driver. But it's just being, like you're saying, you have to be agile to do this. We actually share, our team actually tracks what we call inside of our network and outside of our network. So we have a daily delivery service. We deliver about 3,000 units a day. We use one platform that is a real-time platform. That's what Invis is. We actually can track those drivers by the minute, by the second where they're at. You're going to get a FedEx delivery and it's going to be there between 10 and 12 now instead of or 8 to 9:30. Again, you're adding more visibility to people make decisions now. They have more information to be able to do that.
The visibility that we get to is we know what time the delivery is supposed to happen. We know the estimated time based on real-time transactions. And the worst thing is when a customer tells you the package is late after the package is supposed to be delivered, right? And so I want to be able to tell them proactively, like, hey, this is what's going on. Because at the end of the day, they're not clinic or that doctor has to probably reschedule, to reschedule an appointment, right? And that's impactful from a perspective. So technology that gives us the visibility It allows us to be more accurate. And I would agree with these guys. I don't want a report. I want it real time in a dashboard. I can touch it and I can act on it. Yeah, so I see the entire process as a value chain, and whoever starts it first, the next touch point is your customer, right? And everybody has to be successful in what they are responsible for in order for the end customer and patient, whoever it is, to have a positive delivery experience. And so I need for the depths of the world and the multiple covers that we use to have a solid integration to the platform, a single platform that we decided to use, right? And then all the other inputs that belong to that, and with TMS and WF. And so
when we launched our final mile solution, my team had never done this before. We actually listed out all the things we wanted to do, and then we prioritized that. Now he matches up best with that. Now the vendors see what I'm actually building or what I'm trying to get to now. They see that collaboration, and they say, hey, maybe we can bring some of this in now, maybe we can bring it in later, but you're collaborating together and say, this is where I'm trying to take this problem.
their expectations are far more demanding than what it used to be. And part of that is because they also have access to far more visibility than they used to have, right? And so that it goes both ways. Like it's what you know. Sometimes when you know more, you have to do more. You have to act on it, right? And so as they want it, we have to grow with them, right? And so we give them access to data and visibility. But the piece is like it's active on it, right? And so I think that's how we use technology to provide that to them, and that we are proactively said, like, hey, we can do this for you, and this is how it helps your business. And if we can take it on, then we can deal with the patients and work with them, because that's your wheelhouse. We'll deal with the logistics and the delivery of it. And then a patient experience, a better customer experience. I never want to go to a customer meeting or a customer RFP and say that transportation or delivery is the reason why the business exists, right?
Yeah, it has changed. It's changing more dramatically every day. Consider thinking when we first launched the product, when we're rolled out, it was a, hey, it'd be great if we could do this. And then it was like, okay, you can do that, not a problem. Okay, well, it'd be great if we could do this then. Okay, we can do that. And now it's going to be, it'd be great if we could do this, and this. Like, okay, now add some complexity to this. The value is there. They're seeing it. And from my perspective, as you digitize this experience, it enables other things to happen. Think about how you can start taking data from a delivery, integrating into accounting systems or inventory management systems, right? You're actually taking this to a whole other level that you could not do when you were doing things manually.
Well, what I would equate it to is everything that we're experiencing as consumers, you know, the visibility, a real-time data updates, everything we can get on our phone, and that is in the business world too. Not with every company, because what we experience is that some companies are very technological advanced, meaning when you go to integrate with them or pass data back and forth, they're very ready and available to do that. However, there's still a lot of companies that still, their platforms are either behind or maybe they're in a transitionary phase. So as a 3PL, you have to balance both. These companies that want to be cutting edge on the visibility and technology versus those that can only take you through so much data. But as a 3PL and with companies like UBiz, we're able to meet both needs. So we're able to provide that flexibility depending on what the customer needs.
And I said, I'm gonna have the technology. You want to work with me? I'm gonna own it, right? It's made things a lot easier for us to standardize the platform across the network. I know what data quality I'm gonna get now. I don't have to try to stitch data together anymore. So we just said we're gonna do it ourselves. But it gives us much more flexibility.
Saying right. So a single set of trade is what I'm looking for. And so it's a standard integration. And this is, here we go. Here's the data contract, integrate and send us the data. It's consistent. We know what we're getting. The data analysis is so much easier after that. And then now we're integrated upstream right into customer ordering platforms. So they too have that.
So I think what we can take away, definitely from my perspective, is the importance of the platform to bring all the different players on it, be able to look at the whole network, right? And especially also network of carriers, and then the ability to collaborate. Kind of one piece of key advice, or maybe takeaway that you would give to the audience on this particular space. Rebecca, I'll start with you.
So I would say understand your stakeholders, their priorities, and when you're in the process to select whoever it is that you're going to be, like do the time to do your business requirements, your customer requirements, and then the design, right? And so getting aligned on the design and what your objective is, I think it's well worth the time up front because it'll pay off if you don't.
Very good. For me, it's just the requirements. Make sure you capture the requirements correctly and then find a requirement that that's project. And that's great. It's very clear. Jeff?
I agree. I'll say it a little bit differently. Begin with the end in mind. So when you start, it may seem very daunting and like a very complicated challenge to solve. But if you know the vision or where you think you want to go, you can get there, piece by piece.